this country, the conversation should be that we've always been hunted. It never stopped. Okay? They didn't just start hanging us from trees again. They were still doing it. It just wasn't a TikTok around in 2012 when children in Georgia walked up to their school and saw their classmate hanging from the tree. We've been hunted. They never stopped hunting us. They found better ways to hunt us. Now, under the administration we're under, they can do it loud and proud again. But they didn't calculate this time around. Like, we're not our grandparents. And they're going to activate something in us. And that's what they want. They want to activate it. They want to activate it. And we are a people that constantly says, like, no, no, no. Because we know when it's go time for us, it's go time. And they might need to relook at some of the real history of the Seminole Wars, okay? They need to look at the people in Florida and how they was handling them. They need to look at the Haitian Revolution and how they was being handled, okay? Don't let those islands and the water between these islands in America have you fooled, because we are all of that. And where one wants to say, like, oh, black people are not all alike, you know, because when you come to America, we're all black. The color of your skin just automatically marks you as black. But, and at our core, while we are different and we are separated on lands and we can sit and all say, like, yes, we are different, but at our core, we are the same. And you will activate us. And when you activate us, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. Some of you are exiting this life, but you are leaving behind children and grandchildren that will have to suffer the consequences of what you started. And this is not saying anything. This is just saying, leave black people alone. And if you don't, you cannot choose. You don't get to choose to how we respond. You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose.
All right, this is the Jordan Report, and I am your host, Robert Jordan. This is part 3 of Stop Killing Us. Now, I'm doing a report because I'm doing an examination on TikTok. And anyone who's been on TikTok any length of time would know that this is not the same TikTok that started out, okay? This is a more weaponized TikTok. There was a time when you'd be thrown off TikTok for just using bad language. That's not what's happening now. This is a far more threatening and terroristic TikTok, okay? And we can see who all this is directed at. It's directed at white Americans and primarily by black Americans. And there's a reason for that. And I'll go through that on another report. But the language has been getting more threatening. The statements have been getting more bizarre. And as you can see, it has nothing to do with what is actually happening in the inner cities of Black America. Black America is bleeding out. But these people are not saying anything about that. And that tells you the source from which this place, from which they're coming. It's not to protect Black America. This is not from us.
Where the community came out to demand action and accountability over the shocking video of a group of young men attacking a senior outside a 7-Eleven off of Liberty Heights Avenue. This is video that many of us have seen now and were appalled by. Our Drew Unks was at that march near the scene of the attack and joins us live tonight. Drew, the community is calling on those suspects they told you to turn themselves in.
Yeah, they want those kids held accountable after they attacked that older man at the 7-Eleven, leaving him with multiple cracked ribs and broken teeth. For Queen Mother Victoria Smith, the corner off Liberty Heights Avenue where this 7-Eleven sits is personal.
The reason we're here is because one of our community elders was brutally beaten by 6 youth in front of this 7-Eleven. In front of the same said 7-Eleven was where my youngest child, Victoria Swift, was brutally murdered in 2017.
That's why when she and other organizers saw this video of an older man being attacked by multiple young people, they knew they needed to act.
When I was watching the video, the only thing I kept saying was, please don't kill him. Because I knew what it would have meant to my direct family. And I knew what it would mean to the city to see an elder beat to death.
In the video, you can see the suspects hitting the victim with a rifle and several crates. One suspect is shown repeatedly pointing a gun at the man's face. He continually gets up and at times confronts one of the armed attackers.
This is our community, and we have to protect it. Not just this local community here in Park Heights, but we're also talking about citywide.
People marched from the mall to the 7-Eleven where the attack occurred back on July 7th. Organizers say they want better from young people in the area and brought the community together to call for those suspects caught on camera to turn themselves in.
Any one of these organizations are willing to stand with you while you accept the accountability for your actions. We want your parents to know we will not leave them alone.
Turn yourself into us. We will walk you through the entire process.
Local organizers have even started a fundraiser to cover the victim's medical expenses and to offer a reward for information that leads to arrests. The man attacked at the 7-Eleven was in attendance at today's event. He wasn't ready to talk with us on camera just yet. We also reached out to Baltimore City Police to see if they had any new developments in the investigation into this attack. They told us they had no update for us at this time. On your corner in Baltimore City, Drew Ungst for WJZ.
All right, as you can see, the message is to incite Black America, to let Black America know that America has become so racially intolerant that it's time for you to react, and that you're being pushed to the wall and you must do something quickly. Okay? Now, the other message is to white America, and that is to dehumanize white America, to humiliate white America. And that's what tells me it's not from us. It's not from this country. This is what you do to countries when you're trying to break them in half. And so as time goes on, and I'll show you in the next clip, things will only get more bizarre from here because this is coming from outside of the country. Now, I'll show you more in the next report of the information I found to tell you how I came to this conclusion.
Okay, Black people are being used in rituals as sacrifices to gain power and whatever else they're trying to gain, whatever. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Because, you know, for whatever reason, they can choose whatever reason, but Black people, it's known that Black people are the chosen people, and that's where the power is. And so in order for them to try to gain power, they have to use Black people in the rituals as sacrifices to their God. Allegedly. I hope that makes sense. All right. Carry on.